Okay, hotshot. Here's the situation. You're out and about and you're at Wendy's and you want to get something really quick because you're hungry, you're starving, okay? You just don't know what you want to do with yourself. So, what do you do? Do you just go up to Wendy's, look at the menu, and order any number you see? Or do you listen to Mr. Travel Fitness and try and get some type of value meal that's actually going to be valuable for your body? What you gonna do? What you gonna do? All right, so hey, it's Michael V. Moore, aka Mr. Travel Fitness, and I want to help you make a better decision whenever you're at a Wendy's and you're faced with that value menu. So too many of us, when we go to a restaurant, fast food restaurant, we just look at the menu and we look at the number and that's it. We don't do any thinking at all, and the restaurants know this. And so they always make their default products the cheapest products they can make that will make them a profit. They don't care about your health or anything like that. They just want to make a profit. And I totally understand that, it's their business, they can do that. So that's why you see the value menus. The value menus are designed so you just go up there and pick a number. That's all they want you to do is just pick a number. They don't want you to really think about what's in that hamburger or think about that side of fries. They just want you to pick a number and then add a drink to it, and that's it. No thinking whatsoever. So we're going to kind of change that mentality. And I want to start this off with Wendy's because Wendy's, many years ago, they were ahead of the game and they were the first fast food restaurant really to give you multiple options for side items. But too many of us are afraid, and some of us don't even realize that Wendy's provide this option. And so I kind of want to just go over how you can create a healthier value meal. Okay, so for most people, when they go to Wendy's, they're normally going to get a hamburger or a chicken sandwich. So I'm going to do one of these videos for hamburgers and another video for chicken sandwiches, okay? So in this first video, we're going to talk about the hamburgers. Okay, so if you're at Wendy's and you're going to go to the value menu, you're going to get some type of burger, right? So a typical value menu is, the burger, fries, and a drink. All right. So when you're coming at these restaurants, the first thing you need to know is what is your goal for the day? Are you actually living a healthy lifestyle? Are you just trying to satisfy a craving? Are you working out during the day? Are you trying to lower your cholesterol? Like what's your overall goal? That's something that you should know about your body in general. Like if you had a heart attack the last year or so, you probably shouldn't be getting a hamburger from a fast food restaurant. But I'm going to leave this in your court. You know your health better than I do. So we're just going to go over different scenarios. So this first scenario is all about the hamburgers, right? So if that's what you're going for, I already know, just so you know, when it comes towards fast food hamburgers, I have a couple philosophies. So when it comes towards what you eat, you're going to always emphasize protein whenever you eat. But then it comes towards your energy system. When it comes towards your energy systems, you're either going to get your energy from fats or you're going to get your energy systems from carbohydrates. And guess what? With a hamburger, you're going to have fats and you're going to have carbohydrates when you have a bun in play. So that's why I need to really know, like, what's your end game, so to speak. And so when people get a value menu, the first thing I think about most of the time is it's going to be a high protein, high fat meal. Why? Because burgers from Wendy's have a lot of calories coming from fats. Okay, so I'm going to click on just one of these just so you can see what I'm talking about. So we'll go with just a single, okay? Just a single burger. Okay, and just here, okay, so it has 30 grams of protein and 34 grams of fat. And they try and hide. See, this is something also like is very interesting with companies. Sometimes companies will try and hide what their true nutrition is because they don't want people to do the research. And so this is why you're looking at this video, because I'm actually doing a little more research than what most people do. So what they don't show you is the amount of carbohydrates, for instance, by default in this. They only emphasize, well, like I said, the protein and the fats. So high protein, high fat. So when I say high protein, high fat, that normally means that the protein and the fat levels are about the same, and I would prefer my carbohydrates to be lower than, okay, in this case it's 30 grams of protein, 34 grams of fat. I want my carbohydrates to be about half or lower of the amount of fat that's in this, okay? So coming down here, looking at the carbohydrates, I see it's even. It's almost even. It's 39. So all three of these categories are pretty even when it comes towards this burger. So this is what I mean when it comes towards high protein, high fat, high carbohydrates. I'm looking for a high protein, high fat meal. That's what I'm going to try and create here for my first value menu item because I want a burger. I understand that burgers are going to contain a lot more fat than majority of the other food items here. So because of that, that means I want to reduce my carbohydrates as much as possible. So in this case, if I was to order any of these burgers, the first thing I would do is, this might sound sacrilegious to a lot of folks, but ditch the bread. Yes. Ditch the bread. You don't need both pieces of bread. You don't even need the whole bun. You can actually just eat the burger with the lettuce and tomato and, maybe a pickle, the onions, whatever, cheese. If you want cheese on your burger, that's fine. If you're emphasizing fats, that's okay. But the mayonnaise you might want to reduce or get rid of because you're not going to really need it. But a lot of people don't realize you can just ditch the bread. The bread is cheap. Remember, I said that they want to give you the cheapest option. There's really no nutrition in the bun whatsoever. That's why they utilize buns to keep the hamburgers on. Trust me, if you actually just took the bun away and actually ate the burger with lettuce, you're not missing anything. Like you're gonna enjoy your burger a little bit better, and you realize that the real reason you want the burgers is because of the meat, the cheese, the tomato. That combination is what matters, not necessarily the buns. And remember, I'm trying to create a better value menu for you. So this is a more valuable burger if you're able to do this. So no matter which one of these you want to get, obviously the single is going to have lower amount of calories than the double and the triple and so forth and so forth. But I would choose, depending on what you are, how big you are, and stuff like that, and how many calories you got in your day, I would start off with the single or the double. If you're a big guy, are you definitely doing your workouts and all that stuff? Yeah, maybe the triple. Or if this is like the only meal of the day, you could do the triple. Again, with all these options, I would just ditch the bread. And then bam, automatically I improve my value menu, okay? So that takes care of the hamburger portion of our value menu. All we gotta do is ditch the bread. And so that leaves us now with two other parts of the value menu, which is the side items, okay? So now let's look at the side items and see. So when it comes towards the side items, I can already tell you that, all right, French fries, no. Baconator fries, no. You're gonna have well, I say it's 3 to 5. Yeah, I say 5. Oh, 6. Sorry, I guess it's 6 options that are pretty great. So when I say those 6 options, I would say the chili, the plain potato, the Caesar side salad, the garden side salad, and these apple bites or strawberry slices. Those would be your best choices between those 6 choices. If you had a choice between the salads, because remember these are side salads, I would go with the garden salad than the Caesar, because you can get a little more vegetables in it, but they're pretty much the same. And it's funny when you look at the calories, they're about the same. It's just a matter of what's in the salad dressing. Okay. So when it comes towards these sides, we already have our main dish, I guess you say, our main entree is that burger. So that burger is already going to have a lot more fat in it. So what we're trying to do is find stuff that either is a vegetable, because we gotta get as many vegetables as possible when you're trying to create a healthier value menu. If you can find good vegetables, that's great. So in that case, these salads would be the next choice right here. Okay. The garden salad, like I said, I'd probably go with a little more so than the Caesar salad, but really, they both almost have the similar ingredients in it, so it's all good. either one, I'll be proud of your choice. Okay, so I would emphasize the vegetable. So then that would create a pretty much high fat, high protein with a vegetable meal. No problem. If you're a person, for some reason you have like a sweet tooth going on, go with the apple bites or the strawberry bites. I can't see anything wrong with it. Let me just make sure that there is nothing crazy going on here. So it doesn't have the exact ingredients. So when I say nothing crazy, because sometimes when they have fruit slices at restaurants, sometimes it could be stored in preservatives. So from what I can see, based on the amount of calories they say that all this has, it doesn't look like it's necessary and trapped in preservatives or anything like that. But just be cautious of it. But yeah, if you have a sweet tooth, eat the fruit. That's going to satisfy that sweet tooth because we're not going to get your typical drink. Okay, I'll go over that in a second. But yeah, the apple bite strawberry slices, that's a great choice. Okay, so if you're a person who, so you have your your high fat, high protein meal. So now I'm just gonna look at the plain baked potato because we don't want anything extra on this baked potato. We just want it plain because we want to get healthier carb sources. So a potato with nothing on it, but maybe you can put a little bit of salt on it if you want. I know your meal is already gonna be salty, but if you just want it for taste, salt, pepper, that's perfectly fine. But you don't want the sour cream, you don't want the cheese, all that stuff. Even though it's delicious, it's just unnecessary calories. You already got so much fat from that burger. Just go with something plain. So what I'm trying to look at here is trying to get an idea how many calories are from the carbohydrates. And so 61 grams of carbohydrates in one burger, or excuse me, in one baked potato. Okay, so I love the baked potato as an option, but the fact that you've gone with a hamburger, which is going to have a lot more fat in it than usual, um, I would probably not go with a potato with the burger. As remember, this is like the healthiest option. I do prefer a potato over fries. So if you're a person who is trying to meet just your calories requirement for the day, you're just eating just to be eating, then I would prefer you to actually eat a potato, ditch the bread, and eat the actual potato. That's a better option. But if we're trying to optimize everything, the fact that you already have a high fat, high protein meal, I would go with the side salads or any of these fruit choices right here. And I'll save the potato for when we look at the chicken options, okay? And then the chili, okay? So the chili, I I know I'm a big fan of the chili because it has a good amount of protein, and even though you see the 15 grams of protein, it's about. Let me bring up this other menu over here. Okay, so when I bring up this the nutritional information of the chili, it gives me a good breakdown. So you got 15 grams of protein and where's the 16 grams of carbohydrates. So it's almost a 1-to-1 carbohydrates to protein ratio. And when I look at the carbohydrates here, I know the carbohydrates are coming from the beans that are in the chili. And in this case, the beans that are in the chili, that's not a bad carbohydrate source because there's a decent amount of fiber inside the carbohydrates, okay? So this is a really great combination right here. And it has a lower amount of fat, so you're not going to be super increasing your fat. So chili would be an awesome addition to your burger if you wanted to go that route. If you didn't feel like having the vegetable, you can go with the chili route. I prefer you going with the vegetable, and you can go with the chili. So you could get both. You always can get an extra side item. But if you're a person that just want a little more protein with that burger, yeah, go with the chili. An excellent option. Whether in this case, it is a side, that's right, so it is going to be small. But remember, Wendy's do have like a large chili option as well, which is basically almost double the amount of protein and carbohydrates and stuff. So let me just make sure I'm saying that correctly. Oh well, never mind. It's not double. It's less than double. So just stick with the small. That's surprising. I was expecting it to be double because it's a large instead of a small. But whatever. Okay. So I would go with the chili. So when you have your burger, this will be my options. I would go with the chili or the salads or the fruit bites, whether it's apples or strawberries. Okay, those would be that would be how you create a great value meal for yourself. If you're in a hurry and you want to have a burger, okay. And so the last part of the value meal that you need is your drink. So in this case, we're gonna keep it simple. Um, we're gonna keep it really, really simple. So let's go to the beverages, and automatically we don't need nothing with a whole bunch of sugar in it, okay? So looking at the menu, I'll even be nice and say Diet Coke or Coke Zero because they have 0 calories could be an option. But my favorite option would be unsweetened iced tea. Because you can get unsweetened iced tea, and if you're a person that has to have some type of sugary sweetness to it, you can always just sweeten it yourself with like Splenda type packets or sweet and low packets or whatever they have. You can just make it sweet yourself with a natural sweetener, okay? But iced tea would be my number one choice. It's very rare for a person to drink coffee with this. I guess this is just having it as part of, yeah, never mind. I think coffee, I don't even know if coffee is offered during normal hours, but coffee, I can't, there's nothing wrong with coffee if you, like I said, just like with the tea option, if you have it unsweetened and drink your coffee black with maybe just a little bit of whatever sweetener you want to put in it outside of sugar. Those are the best options, but tea, iced tea, unsweetened iced tea, that's your number one. And then for those who just gotta have that sugar rush, Diet Coke or Coke Zero would be the next two choices. Okay, and if they had Sprite Zero there, that would be cool as well because that has 0 calories. But I would prefer you go the iced tea route. Personally, I think that's the best. And then of course, on top of all these options, you can always just go with water. There's nothing wrong with water. That's like the super healthiest choice outside of unsweetened iced tea. So there you go. So that's how I would create a burger, a better burger from Wendy's if you go the value menu route. So please use this next time you're at a Wendy's and you see the numbers and you feel intimidated. It's like, don't feel intimidated. You can actually substitute with all these options given to you in this video. This is how you create a healthier value meal. This is Michael V. Moore, aka Mr. Travel Fitness, and I'll catch you next time.